I'm a 32-year-old woman, and I've been married to my husband, Aaron, who's 35, for 4 years now. And so we met at a mutual friends board game night, Settlers of Catan, and if you're curious, and we hit it off pretty much instantly. 2 years later, we were married. He's a high school history teacher, and I'm a project lead at a mid-sized tech company. From the very beginning, I earned more than him. Not slightly more, significantly more, but it was never a problem between us. If anything, Aaron was always the first one cheering me on whenever I hit a promotion or closed a difficult client deal. He's the type to brag about me to his coworkers, more than I'd ever brag about myself. His parents, though? That's a different story. The first time I met them, they seemed nice enough. Polite, well-dressed, formal in that sort of country club way. His mother wore pearls to brunch. His father called Aaron champ unironically. They were perfectly civil, but there was something about them that felt stiff, like I was being interviewed for a position I didn't apply for. The first few times we visited, I noticed small things. His mother would tilt her head and say things like, "It must be interesting having a husband who doesn't mind being taken care of," and then smile like she'd just paid me a compliment. His father once asked me if I ever got bored of being the man in the relationship. I tried to brush it off, chalk it up to their generational gap or whatever excuse I could come up with, but it got harder to ignore once we bought our first house. We'd been saving for years, and I put down 70% of the payment. Aaron had a small inheritance from his grandfather, and that made up the rest. But his parents assumed it was the other way around, and we never corrected them. We didn't think it mattered. That was a mistake. A few months later, we hosted a casual family barbecue at our place. Burgers, ribs, beer, the usual. Aaron had been going through some work documents earlier in the day and left a few things out on the kitchen counter, one of which was a pay stub of mine. It wasn't even hidden, just sitting under a folder next to the fridge. I didn't think anything of it. That night, right after dinner, his mother casually asked me if I ever worried about emasculating Aaron. She didn't whisper it. She asked in front of everyone, over dessert, as if she were asking me if I preferred whipped cream or ice cream with my pie. I laughed, thinking she was making some sarcastic joke. But no one else was laughing, especially not her. Aaron didn't flinch. He just looked at her and said, "I'm not emasculated. I'm proud." You could have heard a pin drop. After that, things went quiet. No snide remarks, no jokes, nothing. For a while, I thought they'd gotten the message, but it turns out they'd just changed their strategy. Suddenly, Aaron was getting invited to lunch, just him. His father started pulling him aside to ask questions like, "Don't you ever think about being the main provider?" And then one day, Aaron accidentally left his phone on speaker while talking to his aunt, and we both heard his parents in the background saying, "We're just worried she's got too much control. Everything's in her name. That's not how it should be." That was the first time I saw Aaron truly angry about it. Not annoyed, angry. He went to see them that weekend and had a direct conversation. Told them it was our life, our marriage, and our finances weren't open for debate. They nodded and pretended to agree, but within a few days, the passive aggression was back. Thanksgiving rolled around. His parents told him I wasn't invited this year, said it was a family-only thing. He told them that if I wasn't welcome, then neither was he. We ended up hosting our own dinner with some friends who couldn't travel that year, and honestly, it was perfect. But that was the tipping point. From that moment, they basically cut us off. Group chats? They quietly removed both of us. Birthday cards? Only addressed to Aaron. Events? Suddenly we were forgotten in the invites. Aaron tried reaching out a few times, but they either didn't respond or replied with vague excuses. And then things got weirder. One of Aaron's ex